Have you ever stood in the middle of the kitchen knowing that you need to start dinner, but just couldn't? Or have you ever stared at a full inbox, unable to open a single email? My name is Sara Kelly. I'm an ADHD coach for late diagnosed, high achieving women. And today we're going to talk about what executive functions actually are, why ADHD makes them harder, and how you can actually start supporting your brain instead of shaming it. So let's start with the definition. Executive functions are the brain's management system. They live mostly in the prefrontal cortex and act like a control tower. Plan ahead and make decisions, prioritize what matters, start and complete tasks, focus and shift attention, manage time effectively, regulate emotions, and to remember things short term while using that information, which is our working memory. Think of them as your brain's air traffic controller. They coordinate all the moving parts so that you can get from intention to action. With ADHD, those controllers are often overworked, under-resourced, and sometimes not on the same page. If your brain were a company, executive functions would be the CEO. With ADHD, that CEO is still brilliant, but she's often late for meetings, easily distracted, overwhelmed by decision fatigue, and trying to manage a full inbox with no assistant. Executive dysfunction is what happens when these systems break down, and it shows up in everyday life in deeply frustrating and often invisible ways. Let me tell you about one of my clients. We'll call her Jen. She's a lawyer, sharp, articulate, and always prepared in court. But at home, her laundry piles up, her fridge is empty, she forgets to pay bills on time, and she beats herself up for not doing basic things. She once told me, I can write a legal brief in an hour, but I can't seem to start a load of laundry, and it makes me feel like I'm broken. That's executive dysfunction. And it doesn't mean you're broken if you're struggling the same way. It means your brain's management system is running on a different operating model. So why does ADHD affect executive function so much? ADHD is a neurological condition that affects the prefrontal cortex, the very region that handles executive functions. This area develops more slowly in ADHD brains and doesn't operate with the same efficiency or consistency. Also, ADHD brains have a different relationship with dopamine, the neurotransmitter tied to reward, motivation, and pleasure. And with lower dopamine levels, ADHD brains often struggle to engage with tasks that aren't interesting, urgent, or emotionally stimulating. And that's why you might procrastinate on important tasks, even ones with deadlines. Or forget what you were just doing when you entered a room. Struggle to switch from watching TV to starting dinner. Or completely freeze at the sight of an overwhelming to-do list. Hyperfocus on one thing and lose track of everything else. Emotionally, executive dysfunction can lead to persistent guilt, anxiety around expectations, feeling like a fraud despite your capabilities, burnout from masking, overworking, or overcompensating. Many of the women that I work with describe it like this. I look fine on the outside, but inside I'm a tornado. If this is your everyday experience and you're tired of feeling like your brain is working against you, I offer free calls where we can talk through what's going on and whether ADHD coaching might be what you need. There is a link to get on a call with me in the description of the video below. No pressure, just an honest conversation. Now let's talk about what actually helps with executive dysfunction. Use external structures. Your brain is trying to run a full company without any systems. So give it systems. Use visual schedules, wall calendars, planners, digital apps, sticky notes, or voice-to-text reminders. Timers for time blindness and transitions. Think of these as external executive functions, tools that take pressure off your working memory and decision-making. Break tasks into micro steps. Most tasks are multiple steps pretending to be one. So pay the bill might actually mean find the login, open the bill, check the balance, enter payment details, submit and confirm. And when your brain is overwhelmed, it doesn't know where to start. So give it a clear entry point. Sometimes it's helpful to write down every step so that your brain sees a doable path instead of blurry mountains. Create transitions between tasks. ADHD brains resist transitions because it takes energy to stop one task and start another. So build buffers. End a meeting 5 minutes early to decompress, or take 3 deep breaths before opening your inbox. Use cues like music or movement to shift modes. Transitions are often invisible friction points. So when you name and plan for them, you reduce resistance. Use simple prioritization systems. Try the 1-3-5 method. 1 big task, 3 medium tasks, 5 small tasks. Or you can try the Eisenhower matrix by sorting what's urgent versus important. This reduces decision fatigue and gives your brain a visual map. Reward completion and create novelty because ADHD brains seek stimulation. So create micro rewards. A playlist you love, a snack after a task, a short walk or a funny video, or switch up the environment to refresh focus. Change rooms, light a candle, add a tactile element, because these little shifts can make tasks more doable. Build consistent cues, because habits work better when they're anchored. You can do so by linking tasks to routines. Brush teeth, take meds. Make coffee, check your planner. After lunch, reset your workplace. Pairing new tasks with familiar ones can help turn effort into rhythm. Talk to yourself like someone that you love. When you freeze, try, "This isn't me failing, it's executive dysfunction." What would help me take one step forward? Your internal voice matters, and I cannot stress this enough. Practice talking to yourself with warmth and respect, especially when you're struggling. That's not indulgent. It's effective. Ask for the support you need. Executive function challenges are real, and they're not solved by willpower. Coaching, therapy, medication, and accommodations can all help. You don't have to figure this out on your own. And if you're ready for real support, I would love to talk to you. There's a link below to book a free consult with me. We'll look at what's going on, what you've tried, and how to build systems that actually work for you and your brain. Because you don't need to change who you are, you need strategies that work for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.